I would like to tell you the structural benchmarks required for macroeconomic adjustment. Parliamentary approval for a new Central Bank Act, which we will table in Parliament next month. Completion of assets quality review component of bank diagnostic exercise for the two largest state-owned banks and the three largest private sector banks. 3. Parliamentary approval of the welfare benefit payment scheme and the application of new eligibility criteria to identify low-income families of receiving welfare benefit payments. End of May. Cabinet approval of a comprehensive strategy to restructure the balance sheet of CEB, CPC, Sri Lankan Airlines and the RDA in June. Cabinet approval for the full revision of the Banking Act in June. Enact new anti-competition legislation to harmonize it with United Nations Convention Against Corruption, pending comprehensive asset recovery provision. It's a new anti-corruption legislation in June. Cabinet approval of revenue measures to support fiscal consolidation during 2024 in July. Development by the CBSL of roadmap for addressing banking system capital and foreign exchange liquidity shortfalls and intervening in bank assessed to be non-viable in July. Completion of rollout of ITMIS, expanding its coverage to all 220 hens in September. Publication of report of an IMF-led governance diagnostic technical assistance mission to assess Sri Lanka's anti-corruption framework in September. Submission to Parliament for the first reading of the 2024 appropriation bill in October. Determination by the Ministry of Finance of the size, timing, instruments and terms and conditions for potential government recapitalization of viable banks which are unable to close capital shortfalls from private sources in October 2023. Parliamentary approval of the 2024 appropriation bill and the spending allocations in line with program parameters in December 2023. Submission to Parliament of a new public finance management law that will authorize the budget formulation process, roles and responsibilities of relevant agencies and information and accountability requirements in December 2023. Improve the bulk supply transaction account to accurately measure the electricity subsidy and start using it to determine the cost recovery based electricity tariff and government transfer requirements in December 2024. Parliament approval of full revision of the Banking Act in December 2023. Set retail fuel prices to their cost recovery levels with monthly formula based adjustments and compensate CPC for providing any fuel subsidies with on-budget transfers. Continuous. Adjust the end-use electric traffic tariff schedule to its cost recovery with semi-annual formula-based adjustments on a forward-looking basis in January and July each year. Again, it is put down as continuous. Achieving debt sustainability. Debt stock. Public debt should decline to below 95% of GDP by 2032. Post-program gross financing needs. Average annual gross financing needs of the central government during 2027 to 32 should remain below 13% of GDP compared to 34.6% of GDP in 2022. Post-program foreign exchange debt service. Annual foreign exchange debt service of the central bank should remain below 4.5% of GDP in each year over 2027 to 32 compared to 9.4 in 2022. Program financing gaps. Debt service reductions during 23 to 27 should be sufficient to close external financing gaps. Under staff's baseline scenario, US $17 billion in debt service reduction is required, including the areas accumulated in 2022. So we are trying to get a 17 billion debt reduction on that side. Do we want it or not? Are we going in for debt restructuring? We can't manage without debt restructuring. That's what I want to make it clear to all the members.